Hi everyone, it's Adrian Leah. This is a response video to Natalia from Ouroboros. This is her tag, the Council of Seven for Oracle decks. Thank you so much for making this video tag. For 4 decks, I paired them off into 2 because I used them together and they're stored together. And I left one spot blank because I'm putting my Ogum deck in that spot, and my Ogum deck is almost done. So even though it's a system, Ogum system, I wanted to put it in because it's in card form. I'll start off with the 2 pairs. So if you guys have seen my channel, I've mentioned these decks in a couple of videos. One pair is older than the other pair, so it's in this bag. It came in this bag. And just as background, I'm also a licensed bartender, so I tend to get these bags. But even before I was a bartender, I was gifted bags or gifted things in bags like these. But I don't have the green one. So inside are the medicine cards and the Sacred Path cards. These are both older editions, specifically the 1988 edition. This one didn't say when it was. I just got the deck with this because I had a newer one before I got this one, but the newer one was very thin that you could take the one each end and you can bend them back together. So this one actually is more sturdy and it matches this cardstock, which I love. And what's interesting about the medicine cards is that it's kind of a surprise over the years. They replaced the cardstock, and even this deck, I'm sorry, I'm going to show you the cards. Even with this deck, around this time they had a darker version of this. They actually have a mini version too, with the phrase at the bottom. I really like the light one. Then they had, around the time of 2014, I got it and it was a different cardstock, but the cards were a little darker, but now they're even more saturated. And a different cardstock. And last one is the blank. There's a couple of blank ones in here. I really love looking at the bottom of the Dreamcatcher to see what else sticks out to me. I love the color palette to this. One of my oldest tarot reader friends on YouTube is Mary Bow, and she recommended this deck to me, and it took a while for me to get it. This was when I was on my other channel that turned into a reading channel, so I made this one because I missed making YouTube videos. So those count as one for me. My second pair come in my knitted bag that I made for them. This one has a bit of a softer stitch definition because I used a thinner yarn. And these are the Forest Oracle and the Ocean Oracle by Brian and Briar from Etsy. And these are the soul decks for me. These would also be in my my top 5. And the photography is from the New England area where I'm from. So I have a traveling family, and I was born in Philly, but I was raised in South Jersey and New England. So South Jersey and New England are the two places that I grew up in. I didn't grow up in Philly, which is kind of strange for me. But I do, when I was in the area, I did go there a lot. And I have a couple of regular places that I would go to. But this is the northeastern weather that I love and the type of ecosystems. I love their cardstock. It's really buttery. My third deck is more of my relationship and family deck. But I mainly go into categories of the types of decks that I have. So I have Shaman, some Faery based, Celtic Faery based are the main ones that I have, but I have different types, and then the angel ones. I don't have many angel decks because I use the ones that I have. But this one is in the cable bag that I made. And the Doreen Virtue decks that I have are ones that I connect to well. I love how they're straightforward, and even if the ones that I have don't have a paragraph at the bottom, this one has a phrase. It's the Magical Unicorns Oracle. I don't have any beef with Doreen Virtue, so. But for me, when the words come up and then I see the picture, it makes sense to me. It finagles its way into my mental state, and I'm able to articulate or translate what it's saying to me. This one is a deck that my husband got for me. And the Forest and Ocean Oracle, my dad gave it to me. So this next deck was, it wasn't difficult to pick out, but it was between two decks. But I picked this one out because I feel like it's direct connection to my goddess, the Morgan. And when I was thinking about this deck, I had the two images in my mind, and then I asked if this deck wanted to be in the Council of Seven, and both the images that I had in my head popped up. This one I pulled, and I don't read the backs because I just use it for one goddess. And this was on the bottom of the deck. So I love looking at the pictures, and then I can get my message. I did do a video about this deck. And there's so much hidden in the picture, or put into the picture, that it could be a different time and then something else stands out to you. This deck feels cohesive, which is why I feel like it's an excellent deck for me for my goddess. I won't be doing anything to the backs because I like the cardstock. I have 2 more decks to show, so that'll be 6. My next one is an Angel Oracle, and it's the Healing with the Angels. This one is special to me because it was my friend's grandma who I was visiting at the time, and she just brought it out, and she knew that I read, so she gave it to me. She told me that she never used it, but she figured that she would give it to me. And she loved angels, and she also gave me an angel statue that is on my husband's nightstand. He wanted it. Those are the 2 main things that she gave to me, but she was always generous. So this is an older Doreen Virtue deck. I also have the fairies one that look like this type of border with the artwork. That was one of my main decks until I got the Magical Unicorns Oracle. I like that it looks a bit older. But I love, as I said, that it's straightforward. That's my dog. I have 2 dogs and 2 cats. One of them usually talks. If you're hearing a dog in the video, it's that one, because that one is the Siberian Husky. The other one's a husky too, but it's mixed. And the last one is more of a general type of deck. So I rotate my fairy decks. I actually have a area that's separate from my other decks that I keep my fairy decks with in. So this is in one of my favorite bags that my friend Mary Bow made. And the fairy deck that I have for this video is the one that I've been using lately, and it's the Dragon Fae Oracle. I have had a discussion with Lucy Cavendish decks in my potential decks that I'm trading or selling, and I have 2 decks that I'm keeping of hers that I love. It's mainly the artwork, and I love how this one has the mixed artwork for people. Usually I prefer one by one artist, but I feel like it's a nice variety. The other one that I have, I love the artwork too. It's actually one that I haven't seen with a lot of her decks. It's mainly Selena Finesse, which her artwork is, this is her artwork. She has beautiful artwork, but I don't connect to it that much. And I love how it has the Morgan because that's my goddess. And I also love the artists that do a lot of Stacey DeMarco's decks. And the artist that created the Gaian Tarot has beautiful artwork too, which is this one. Sorry. But I feel like this is a fiery deck, and I really love the energy that it has. This is the back. It has a nice sepia tone. This is Tatiana. Lady sorry. Tatiana. So that was my Oracle of 7. I hope that this was interesting. Thank you again, Natalia, for making this tag. Yeah, I'll see everyone in another video.